This is going to be sort of a Q&A. I'm a former law enforcement officer, 17 years experience, and I've been doing a lot of lives lately. People seem to like them. A lot of people have been jumping on, and the lives I've been doing have been on TikTok, basically. And it's the same channel, it's the same name, Police Stuff 911. So if you want to go there and get notifications, you'll know exactly when I go live. I'm going live here lately about 5 days a week. Have 5 years patrol, 8 years criminal investigations, 3 years undercover narcotics, and about a year and a half school resource officer. All right, here's some of the questions I get. How fast do you have to be going for police to pull you over? Okay, that's officer discretion. Typically, basically, if they want to pull you over going 1 mile over the speed limit, they can. They could actually write you a ticket for going 1 mile over the speed limit. Now, that would be a jerk. I don't know anyone would do that. I typically allowed for about 10 miles over, depending on how heavy the traffic was, things such as that. And even if I gave you 10 over, probably 8 out of those 10 times, I didn't write you a citation. I didn't write you a ticket that said, hey, need to slow it down going through here, things like that. The ones that I did write the tickets to typically were the ones that wanted to argue, had a horrible attitude. I treated them with respect. I expected the same thing back, but that's another story for another day. Number 2 question I get a lot: what reasons can police officers pull you over? Okay, and I'm in the state of Tennessee, and 2 years of I was a police officer in Northwest Arkansas for 2 of those years. A police officer must have what's called reasonable articulate suspicion to pull you over. Now, basically, I'm not an attorney, but here's the way it was explained to me. That something happened that a reasonable person would believe that a crime has been committed or is about to be committed. That's the way it's explained to me. And it doesn't have to be a crime. It's also a traffic citation. If speeding, that's an easy one. You're disobeying the law. Turn signals are a big one. Not using a turn signal is a reason you can get pulled over. What they call the rolling stops, stop signs. That's a big one. Very few people actually come to that complete stop. A lot of officers, it depends on how much rolling it is. If it's just, you're like, it's if you break a law, which traffic laws are laws, and the officer has reasonable articulate suspicion that you broke that law, then yes, they can pull you over. Number 3. Oh, I get this. I'm going to police academy soon. What should I be doing? That's a good one. The number 1 thing I tell people is start doing some kind of cardio. Get in some type of shape. I've been to 2 police academies. The last police academy I went to, we ran 4 miles every single morning. That's one way that they sort of try to wean people out, is through the physical conditioning. I had a lady last night on a live says she's not very strong. She's worried about that. No, they sort of test you when you first go in. Let's say this lady can do 3 push-ups. Well, after week 3, she can maybe do 7. So she's showing improvement. You have to show improvement on everything you do. Even if they time a run or something, just do a little better every time. Something else you must do, we had tests every Friday. And there's a lot of information during the week. Take notes, pay attention, and do a little studying every night. You'll be fine. You'll pass the test. Number 4, fastest you've been in a pursuit, 142 miles an hour. That's moving. My vehicle at that time was a Chevy Camaro. It was blacked out. You couldn't see any lights. They were all hidden. That was a really fun vehicle. I really liked that. That was my favorite patrol vehicle, the vehicle that I had that while I was on patrol. That thing would move. It would go quick. Why did you become a police officer? This may sound corny to a lot of you, but I became a police officer. I was probably 25, 26, something like that. And the reason I became a police officer is I wanted to help those who could not help themselves. I've been like that since I was a teenager. I don't really feel sorry for, but I've always wanted to sort of be able to protect those that were weaker and could not help themselves. That's basically my top 5. If you like this type of stuff, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and like I said, go check me on TikTok. If you're a TikTok person, I do a lot on TikTok. It's Police Stuff 911. I really appreciate you watching the video.